yo. Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Well, a good Tuesday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and a live coverage of a special event tonight. Digital Sim Racing League versus the Midwest Truck Series Challenge Race. The best of both leagues in one server, duking it out for bragging rights. 30 drivers in this server tonight. all the points leaders from both series, all the top drivers in here ready to get after it. These guys will have a 75% fuel load tonight. 2 extra sets of tires beyond their qualifying tires. And we're going to see some go fast. I guarantee it. Setup's loose. It's a fixed setup, which the Midwest Truck Series guys used to a fixed setup, but DSRL provided the fixed setup tonight. So the DSRL drivers are going to have a little bit of a handle on the truck. It's the same one they ran back in March. So we will see. You'll see some crossover drivers that run both. I have been wanting to do this for a minute. Mr. Michael Everett, do you have a copy?
Yeah.
All right, man. The 2 league owners just sitting here having a friendly conversation about the big event tonight. I want to get your thoughts on bringing all these drivers together from 2 great series. See how you were feeling about the Midwest Truck Series guys in here tonight.
Well, we got some really good drivers for both leagues. I think it'll be good competition for both. So
I think we're seeing the top guys from both in here, cutting laps 31 officially now, as I see Frank Chavez has logged his way into the server.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to ask you. You know, you're on the fixed setup, which your guys are used to, but it's not a setup your guys would be used to driving. Is that a track that everybody should be fairly equal? Big, wide, racy Kansas Speedway. What are we going to see tonight?
I think it's going to be fun, good 3Y racing. I mean, just track normally puts on a great show, so I think it'll be a good event. So
I feel the same way, and you know, I'm going to be biased. I really am. I'm going to be biased about my guys. I'm going to say that I think the DSRL guys are going to get it done tonight.
Well, let's have to see. I don't know. We got some fast guys in my league, so.
Well, you know, we have to have some kind of little friction point to get after each other a little bit here, man. I think it's going to be great. Yeah. Hopefully we can turn this into something that we do once or twice a year and make a lot of fun out of it for all these drivers, because I think everybody's going to enjoy. They're going to get to see some guys they don't normally get to see. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get to do some racing around some people that normally don't race around each other, and that might make it a little interesting tonight.
You have to make it fun. So, yeah.
All right, man. Well, I will look forward to talking to you at the end of the night. Hopefully, everything is, still all friendly, and no feathers are ruffled at the end of this thing.
Yeah, no throwing helmets to each other.
Maybe we can all crack a cold one down the pits and have a good laugh at the end of the night.
Yep. All right. I'll see you.
Thanks for chatting with us, buddy. Good luck out there. The owner of the Midwest Truck Series, Michael Everett. It's fun to do things with other series. Oh, let's see. Who do we got in here that we normally... Well, we're not... You don't have a Justin Durand. I'd really like to have a Justin Durand in here and see what he can do. Let's get a guy... Let's grab a driver that drives both series and ask him some questions. Justin Smith, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Roger?
I'm doing good, buddy. All right, man. League versus league. You run in both. Talent level in each one pretty high. What do you think's going to happen here tonight at Kansas?
I think it's going to be fun, man. I really think it's going to come down to a long run and saving tire, and there's definitely guys in this league that know how to do that.
Yeah, normally you guys on the Wednesday nights with the fixed setup would be on iRacing setup, but this is a little different because this one's custom built, and it probably handles a little bit different. I know you've been out there on the track. How do you feel about the change of setup?
With as much as I've done in it, man, honestly, I'm just in here and putting the right pedal down and going with it.
All right, man, who's going to win this thing? Is it going to be a Midwest Truck Series driver or a Digital Sim Racing League driver? What do you think?
I think you're going to find someone that participates in all nights win this thing.
I think the fans are who is going to win tonight, if you're going to ask me to be honest about it, because they're going to see some awesome racing between 2 great series, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck out there tonight in that Secura Lift number 6.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Justin Smith. And we're going to slowly work him back to his group. Oh, I don't want to lose him right there. We got him home. So, just a couple of minutes left in practice. Your points leader for Digital Sim Racing League, that's a 64 of Adam Vinny. Like I said, Justin Durand, Midwest Truck Series points leader, not here. But that driver right there, well, he's a multi-time champion over there on Wednesday night. So, the best of both. Leo, hello. Hi, Jane. There's Mark. And I know that Rockin' K is in the house. Thanks for mentioning that. But I did know that Kent was there. I didn't until Seth said something to me down in the pits earlier. But I did know that he was there when I went live on the air. So, quick shout out to everybody that helps us out around both leagues. Secure Lift, Boat Lift Restraint Systems, Midwest Barbecue, King's Roadhouse, True Southern Florida Living, Beef O'Brady's, Fitz Automotive, Rockin' K Logistics, everybody that has given to both of these series and kind of made this whole thing possible. It's going to be a fun night. I've been excited for it for a while. I know we had some server snafus. We had to try 3 different servers before we got one right. The first one was the admin's fault. It was not a 100-lapper. It was a 1,000-lapper, and that was just not going to happen. And then the second one, somehow when we tried to reset the server, it took off the fixed setup, and we had to make a third server to fix all of that. But the third server was the charm. You know what they always say, third time's the charm. We got it nailed down. These guys have been in here. They are about out of practice time. They're going to qualify. No inverts tonight, just heads up, run it. You didn't get to bring it, but you got to run it. Have a lot of fun. And make sure that at the end, you're the guy that gets there first so you can rep your league. Hello, Mr. Bill. Seth, I don't have time for that. You got to qualify, Bubba. Okay, well, you know what? I'll give you a shot at this. Let's see. He said he wanted to... He said he wanted to say something. We're going to let him say something. Mr. Seth Wansing, driver of the 5-car. You're about to go qualifying. I hate for that distraction to be upon you, but you asked for this, sir.
Yeah, it's no problem. I can give you a little qualifying experience here. No problem.
Okay, well, we expect you to put the 5 truck on the pole, and a couple of guys out in the shop are having high hopes for you here. Bar's pretty high for the 5 truck.
Yeah, got Rockin' K Logistics and Midwest Barbecue, Kent Donahoe and Mark Wansing out there watching along. So we appreciate their support and hope to give them a good run tonight. I'm pretty excited for this, Roger. How about you?
I'm pretty excited. I'm you know me, I'm a little biased. I'm pulling for my DSRL guys, but I'm a big fan of the Midwest Truck Series guys too. I really don't care who wins it. I just hope it's a DSRL guy.
From what I hear, those Midwest truck guys are pretty fast. Do you got any advice for me on who I should be looking out for tonight?
All of them.
All of them?
They are used to running a fixed setup and being in traffic a lot. You guys over at DSRL, you guys are used to being able to tweak your stuff and get away from each other. So I think you should watch out for everybody.
You make me start at the back every week, so I'm okay with being in traffic every week.
Whoa. You make you start at the back by being so good and being in the top 5 in points every week. So that's just the rules. I enforce the rules.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm really excited for this event. Hold on, let me get off my 4 here. Yeah, I'm excited for this event and try to throw down a heater here going into 1. A little broadcast experience for everybody.
We'll watch you for this first lap. We're going to have to watch some other guys. We got a bunch of guys out. Adam and Vinny.
Absolutely.
30.097 on his first lap. He's a good qualifier. He's a real good qualifier. Always has been.
Good at everything.
His second lap will not count as he has bumped the fence. And
that sucks.
So where did you go in my list?
Let's see how the first one turns out.
I absolutely lost you in my list. There you are. 6th quick for the driver of the 5 truck. Right now it's Vinny, Smith, Boyd, Bigelow, Brandner, the top 5. T-Brand.
Oh, I smacked the wall. Well, that's a great showing for me.
Yeah, well, we put you in the booth and, well, you stepped on something, but it was the wrong thing,
Hey,
and I hope it's not sore tomorrow.
No, it won't be too sore. But I appreciate you having me in the booth. Sorry to bug you, but want to
All
give
right.
the sponsors a shout out and all the fans, and hope everybody enjoys the show.
All right, man. Good luck out there tonight. Got 100 laps to make up for that.
Have a good broadcast, Roger.
Seth Wansing, everybody. Trying to talk to us during qualifying. I told him it might be too much. I warned him. You know, these headstrong youngsters think they can do everything. This Cliff Mullins just now getting his truck rolling. Trevor Williams, 9th quick. Ryan Camba, the old Cambinator, 11th quick right now. Here's somebody we probably ought to watch. That guy. All right, there go that guy again. I mean, I'm just saying, it's Lucas Hoytsma. Man. 2 in a row on the Tuesday night series. He had a great run last night at Richmond. Some of these guys that do double duty here. Adam Vinny, Greg Smith, Garrett Boyd, Brock Bigelow, all in that top 10 in qualifying. First time was 30-23 for Mullins. The second time he goes across the line, 30-36. He slowed down just a little bit. Here comes Hoytsma out of 4 on lap number 1. Lucas Hoytsma, 29th quick, and I'm sure that he ran way out wide right there. We'll watch the 46. If he starts near the back, we'll watch the 46 drive to the front. We are certain of that. He just knows how to get it done. Adam Vinny, quick qualifier right now. Greg Smith, Garrett Boyd, Galen Gidman. So the front of this field, pretty stout. They're all double duty guys except for Gidman. There's Hoytsma, 3rd quick, 30-21. So now everything at the front gets a little more intense because that guy can run away and hide from people. Kobe Stidham. And Kobe Stidham going to shut it down. I think he hit the fence on both laps because he's out here. This is his second lap around. And that 36 truck not scoring at time. Cody Smith in the 33. The only truck to not take time. Peter Brees, who came back to DSRL last night at Richmond. Hello, Deb. Making an appearance here on the Tuesday night. So 32 trucks. Hundred times around. Adam Vinny, the 64. Greg Smith in the 6 will be your front row starters. And they'll have Lucas Hoytsma in the 46 and Garrett Boyd in the 21 in row number 2. Our third row, the 94 of Galen Gidman. And the 4 of Michael Larch. Larch, typically a Tuesday night B-car driver. Brock Bigelow, the 27. Cliff Mullins in the 44. Mullins also one of the Tuesday night regulars. They make up our 4th row. Our 5th row looks like this. The 24 of Thomas Brandner and the 5 of Seth Wansing. Somebody else has a 5 truck in here. I guarantee it. And Trevor Williams in the 1. Stephen Pearson, the 83. Both of those drivers mostly DSRL. There are 6th row here tonight. And row number 7 is the 204, a double-duty driver, Ryan Camba. And Ryan Hines in a rare appearance from the driver of the 25. He starts P14. Coy Callis, the 2. Scott King, the 18. He's not going to be the 11. He's going to be the 18. They make up row 6. Callis, Midwest Truck Series guy. Scott King, DSRL. Kevin Spalding, well, he goes to both series. He'll have the 25 truck in row number 8 on the, or row number 9, excuse me, on the inside, next to another double-duty driver, the 43 of Father Time, Reed Rundle. Ross Cato in the 12, Todd Cleek, the 45. They are row number 10. Then Jonathan Scott in the 51. Larry Moody in a great appearance here. We love to see the 73 truck on track. He starts outside row number 11. Peter Brees, 74. Frank Chavez in the 30. That's a DSRL and Midwest Truck Series row right there. And we'll move to the last handful of rows. Todd Keir, the 88. Chris Gaxel. We don't see Gaxel very often except on Wednesdays. And I don't think we saw him at Indy last week. But, man, it's good to see the 707 over here racing with the DSRL guys. Michael Everett, Midwest Truck Series owner. He runs both series. He drives the 8 truck. He'll start a row number 14 inside. And then Dean Gagliano in the 81 on his outside. Travis Downing in the 10. And Harley Barletta in one of our other 81 trucks. I think we have 3 in here tonight. Barletta, Midwest Truck Series. Downing drives in both. And then Kobe Stidham and Cody Smith, the 36 and 33 in row number 16. Lucas Hoitzma going to the back, or is he just parked over here? He's catching up to the field. He may be asked to go to the back. Adam, Vinny, and Greg Smith. I can't get the trucks to look right. I don't know what's going on. iRacing got more glitches. I've had enough of their nonsense. I know that.
Green, green, green.
Put the green flag in the air. That's going to irritate me about that truck. 100 lapper underway. Vinny will scooch to the point. Galen Gidman right behind him. We have seen those two, the 64 and the 94. Battle week after week on Monday nights. Lap 1 in the books, and it'll go to Adam Vinny in the 64. Greg Smith on the outside of that front row hangs on and grabs second at the end of lap 1. Then it's Gidman, Bigelow, and Boyd. Wansing up to 6th. Brander and Larch behind that. And then Trevor Williams, 9th. Cliff Mullins is 10th. We'll work in lap number 2. Stephen Pearson in the 83 truck, 11th. Camba, Cambinator, inside the top 12 early here. Right behind him, Ryan Hines. We saw Ryan Hines a lot in the Dirt Series, DRN. And a few times he has come over and run the trucks on the asphalt and usually makes a pretty good showing. We're going to have caution number 1. Well, let's go see. Oh, yeah, Carlo, don't hit anything. Just don't hit anything. He did not. Wow. Got sideways enough to trigger the caution because cars were coming. But Cody Smith, no damage. All he did was scrub a couple of laps off his tires right there. He'll be able to join the back of the field and we'll be able to get going again. Towanda, PA. What is in Towanda, PA? I'm curious. Never heard of it. Greg Williams in here, and he is a Trevor Williams fan. I wonder if they're related. You guys have to forgive me if I don't talk a lot and it sounds like I'm drinking because I have to rehydrate. Man, we had a rough day today. It was hot. There was no wind, and we were outside for 11 hours, and it was brutal. So, Vinny, Smith, Gidman, Boyd, and Wansing. Let's look back. Stephen Pearson on pit road. Scott King, Reed Rundle, Father Time is on pit road. Hoitzma, Stidham. Stidham was part of that incident with Cody Smith. I think he was just trying to ride on the inside, and he just got a little bumpity bump, and around he went. There's Hoitzma coming out. Scott King, Old Tiny Dancer, made his way. Then Father Time, Reed Rundle, Stephen Pearson, and Cody Smith at the back of the field here. Trevor's dead. Well, welcome to the show. I hope we get to see you on the Mondays and Tuesdays when he comes and runs randomly. Mostly he's a Tuesday night guy. Michael Larch and Dean Gagliano, teammates of Trevor Williams. And I did see that Aaron and Mary Lee are in the chat, guys. I don't know if I said hi when I saw your names in there, but if I didn't, thank you so much for the box and all the literature and everything for all the locals to look at. I give a few of those away. I'm going to give a few more away when I see more people down at the lake. So we're doubled up. Adam Vinny has chosen the inside again. It's where he started. You know, Greg Smith truck is supposed to have Secura lift on it, and iRacing is just jacking with me. They've been jacking with me all day. I think I'm going to write them a nasty gram and send it to them. Garrett Boyd, we'll see a little more of him on Wednesday nights this season, it looks like, and he is going to represent Digital Sim Racing League and the Digital Sim Sports Network on his ride over there for the season. Decided he would pop that in here tonight and see what he could do with it. Time to get back to green flag racing. Into the start zone we go. And once again, Adam Vinny getting things started. He's going to have Galen Gidman pretty much timed that start up right behind him. Seth Wansing didn't have too many good restarts last night, but he gets a good one here. Thomas Brander. Love seeing T-Brand on Tuesday nights in the Beef O'Brady's car tonight. He's representing his hero. That 24, oh, a little loose getting in there, and he and Greg Smith share a little paint, equalize each other out, and get things going straight. And Thomas Brander, a big Jeff Gordon fan, has been since I met him. Always runs that number 24. Let's look a little further back because Ryan Hines was 3 wide on the bottom with Williams and Boyd, and he scooched right on by those guys. He's up to 8th. 21 truck, little backslide here. He's restarted about 4th or 5th, and he's back to 10th now, and he's going to have to fight to stay there. We will see these guys in a pack for a little while. See trucks kind of wiggling and waving all over the place right now. Caution out the back. Peter Brees into the wall. Let's see what happened to Mr. Brees. Oh, we're going to rewind this just a little ways. '74 got a little loose. Not much 43 could do right there. Tried to miss him down the inside, could not. Travers up to the front. Just trying to get back to the pace truck. So Brees will go to the pits. They'll see if they can work on the 74. Looked like he had a little bit of broken suspension there. And they'll see if they can do something with that truck. I'm looking for a pass here, because I'm scoring Seth Wansing as the leader. Galen Gidman second and Adam Vinny third at the moment. Pace car taking his sweet time getting up onto the racing surface to collect the field here. Brander still 4th. Greg Smith is in the 5th spot. Larch, Hines, Trevor Williams, Garrett Boyd, Cliff Mullins in the top 10. Todd Kleek, Ross Cato, Dean Gagliano, Travis Downing, Stephen Pearson, Lucas Hoytsma through 16th stayed on the racetrack. Ryan Campbell, the first of the trucks that pitted here on lap number 10 to make his way back out. He's got a trail following him. Spalding, Scott, Bigelow, Callis, Stidham, Everett, Gaxel, then King, Smith. A lot of these guys just going in, keep topping off so they can run further and further on fuel. Barletta, there's Todd Keir in 30th. Chavez just rolled out 31st, and Peter Brees's truck. So the right front really towed out on that thing. And I thought it looked like it was kind of dog walking. Never miss us. All right. Well, we like that. Oh. Boys racing for a little bragging rights. We got a really cool trophy that we're going to get made here as soon as our guy Steve Llewellyn makes his way back to his trophy shop. And then we'll get that shipped out. I know that the Midwest Truck Series owner put up a $35 bounty if a Midwest Truck Series guy could win this thing. We had too many crossover drivers. We weren't sure that that was going to be kind of a fair thing to do over here at DSRL. We don't mind giving the money away. We just, you know, double duty guy, he's going to collect from both. So, you know, if a Galen Gidman, a Seth Wansing, a Thomas Brander could win it, be good for DSRL. I think you're going to see so many of these guys that run both series are going to just be in the mix the whole time. We're about to end caution period number 2. Get back to green flag racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Wansing's going to get a good start. I don't know. Gidman going to pull it down in front of Vinny real quick. His teammate stuck on the high side there, Thomas Brander. Brander may have to use a little momentum, be able to throttle the truck up a little earlier, but I think Vinny has the bottom figured out. And now he'll slide to 4th, but Brander stays wide in 3 and 4. Still side by side for that 3rd spot. Little blink out of the 6 truck. Looks like he'll get things back together. Brander now will take over 3rd. Vinny is 4th with Greg Smith tucked in behind him. That's Mike Leach up on the top. Ryan Hines down on the bottom. And Hines got a little tight getting in the corner. Maybe overcooked that entry a tiny bit. Drifted way up the racetrack, but no contact. Todd Kleek right behind that. Garrett Boyd's on the outside of Kleek. Then there's Trevor Williams in 10th place. A lot of company. Look who's up here, 12th, knocking on the door. That's the 46 of Lucas Hoytsma. And then Ross Cato, another one of our Tuesday night regulars, out there in that plain wrapper number 12. We haven't seen a lot of Ross Cato in Truck Series, but he's a Tuesday night guy. Wants his Tuesday night racing. Comes here 3 wide. Cliff Mullins with a choice to move the truck to the middle. And the 44 nearly got the rear end around on him. Good save. He'll keep it in line. He loses a couple spots. Williams goes by. Hoytsma went by. Now Ross Cato's working by on the bottom of 3 and 4. They are using every inch of the racetrack. Go back here where the Coy Callises, Travis Downings, and Harley Barlettas are at. And we're used to seeing Barletta a little closer to the front on Wednesday nights. Now he may be playing snake in the grass here. We're not sure. But he's got the 5 truck. Normally the 81, that Menards machine. Right now running 20th. Look back towards the very back of the field. Chris Gaxel, Michael Everett. That's Cody Smith in the 7. Scott King, where's Frank Chavez? A little bit off the pace back here. He may be trying to stay out of all the dirty air. And that's a big deal. Whoa, contact between Adam Vinny and Greg Smith. Vinny got into that left-hand door there on the front stretch. Vinny had a good run through 1 and 2. I don't know if it's enough to get alongside Galen Gidman, but he's sure going to try. And he will pull alongside down in turns 3 and 4. Gidman right up behind him. And I got to wonder if maybe Vinny got a little loose going down to the flat on that transition, and that's how he got out of shape and got into the 6 truck. Oh, Greg Smith slides it out in turn 2, got in the dirty air, and he hit the wall. I don't know how hard he hit it. You can see the scuff on the left side from the contact with Vinny 2 laps ago. There's Michael Larch. Thomas Brander now settles back to 6th. Here comes Hoytsma, Cleet, Hines, and Boyd, your top 10. Truck nicks the fence up towards the front. I don't know if it was the 94 or the 6. But they nicked the fence getting into turn 1 right there, and that will really de-wedge your truck and really cause you some problems trying to turn into the corner because the weight has transferred a different way. And a little bit of a move from Larch. He's trying to get to the inside of Smith, and Smith had a good run out of 4. This is what's great about a track like this. A little run. And if you aren't in a position to take advantage of that run, that happens right there. You get bottled up behind a truck that's a little off the pace of your pace, and next thing you know, you lose a spot, you might lose 2. Hoytsma had that down the backstretch, now moves to the outside. Oh, contact. These 2 going around. We may get a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yeah. We'll see. Did Hoytsma hit anything? They got a little close together. Oh, yeah, this is already happening. This already happened. So we'll just back it up right here. 3 wide coming out of 4, and it narrows up. Brander bumped the fence. Truck come off the fence and touched the right front fender of the 46. He got down. Oh, nobody hit there. Coy Callis. Don't hit anything, Coy. So far, we've had a couple of spins and really only 1 truck that hit anything of any significance. So we'll slow things down again here. Just when it was getting exciting. We'll let the pace car pick up the field. Caution number 3. We are about 25% of the way into this. We're starting lap number 24 this time when they come around. We'll see how many drivers head for pit road. It looks like our leader going to come now. Here comes out of it. He wasn't convinced that everybody behind him was going to go, and he waited until the last second. So, Wansing, Vinny Gidman, Smith, Brander, Hines, Cleek, Boyd, Mullins, Larch, Stidham. Yeah, most of the field. The guy that stayed out, well, a double-duty driver, the 27, former champion over at Midwest Truck Series on Wednesday nights, Brock Bigelow. Let's yeah, we didn't have time to answer that question, but let's see. There he is. I got a hold of him. Here we go. Brock Bigelow, you got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, man. You stayed out here. You're going to be out front. So far, we're about a quarter of the way through this thing. What is the racetrack like? How's the racing? And what's the 27 truck up to?
Honestly, just kind of winging it here. Track is difficult and dirty air, that's for sure. So one, track position was going to help getting up here, help truck drive a little bit better. I think I was leaning on my right front a little too much, and I pit under the last caution. I'm trying to break this up in a way that I can maximize the tire sets that I have. So that's the game plan, and there's no points, there's no championship. It's win or go home. So I'm just rolling the dice here, see what's going to happen.
All right, man. So 27 Truck's going to employ a complicated strategy. Hope that works out for you, man. I see you guys getting ready to go, so thanks for chatting. Good luck, and we'll see if we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Well, complicated is my middle name, so hopefully I'll be talking to you right here at the end.
I'm not going to say what I thought your middle name was.
All right.
Brock Bigelow. It's always fun to talk to Brock. It doesn't matter if it's live on air or just sitting in the channel chatting. It's always interesting talking to Brock. Brock is our resident engineer, and I give engineers all kinds of trouble, so he takes it very well. Larry Moody up here. Michael Everett, Chris Gaxel, the 707. Wow, Lucas Hoitzma. Scotty King, 6th. Then Adam Vinny and Galen Gidman, who are at the front. I don't know what happened to Seth Wansing. He is 14th after the pit cycle. So we'll see. A little bit older tires. Had a good run there. Restart on lap number 26, and the green flag's back in the air. The previous caution, we had about a 15-lap run there. Ooh, little bottled up action here. Hoitzma right down in front of Vinny, and Vinny almost got into the rear bumper of that 46. Hoitzma going to put the heat down and go after Gaxel. That's going to open the door, and Vinny will come alongside as well. Kobe Stidham in the 36 from the back. The last time we checked on him. Now he runs up in 6th place. He's probably going to take 5th here, I think. And he'll make the move and get around Chris Gaxel. That makes Gaxel 6th and Wansing right beside Tiny Dancer Scott King. These two race each other on Monday nights. And I think Wansing may have put 4 tires on that 5 truck because he got a monster run through the center and off the exit of turn number 4. Cleared Scott King and then promptly cleared Chris Gaxel. And now he's up to 6th. Galen Gidman now 8th behind Gaxel. Then Scott King, Garrett Boyd, 10th. There's Michael Larch in the Hornet's Nest. He's got Ryan Hines and Harley Barletta. Rhines scooches by. Mullins is going to scooch by on the bottom as well. Harley Barletta struggling. On the outside, gives up spots. Barletta went back to 15th. He was racing for 12th. Garrett Boyd got by in that exchange as well. A little older tires on the 21, and now Mullins will ease past and take over 11th. Reed Arundel right behind Todd Cleek. That's 16th and 15th. Then Ross Cato. Not the big truck racer. Got to give him credit just for being here and representing. Michael Everett, 18th. Cody Smith, Todd Keir. Through the top 20. The Cambinator, 21st. Williams, Smith. Pearson is 24th. Brandner is 25th. He pitted last time on the pit cycle, had a good run into that corner, really had to check the truck down to not get into the back of Pearson. Chavez, Gagliano, Spalding. Kevin Spalding, 28th. There's Jonathan Scott. Coy Callis. Travis Downing, a lap down. Callis and Downing both a lap down. Right now, Callis, the lucky dog if we catch a caution. Here comes Hoitzma closing in on Wansing. He got around Moody. Ooh, and a little bottled up action. Vinny got behind Moody as well. That time Stidham went to the outside, and I dives to the inside as he is going to try to take a spot away from the 73 truck. Vinny got bottled up, lost a spot to Ryan Hines as well. So current standings, Wansing, Stidham, Hines, Hoytsma, Vinny. That's a DSRL driver, DSRL driver, DSRL driver, DSRL driver, dual driver. And Larry Moody in this mix trying to take a spot away from Vinny. He's a DSRL driver. Cliff Mullins. Then your dual with Brock Bigelow in 8th. Gaxel, Midwest Truck Series, and Gidman, DSRL. We're stacking them up. Scott King. Garrett Boyd is the next dual action truck. He's 12th. Reed Rundle in 14th, dual action. He's behind Michael Larch. Larch is a Tuesday night DSRL guy. He's an O'Reilly Auto Parts car guy. Has won a couple of races, a lot of podiums. Man, he's going to get hounded by that 43 truck. Reed Rundle trying to rub all the color off the bumper of the 4. Now will surge on by coming out of 2. Larch got a little tight there. So Rundle's up to 13th. Let's go back close to the front because Ryan Hines in the 25 has cleared everyone else but the 5 of Seth Wansing, and he runs second now. Kobe Stidham up to 3rd. Cliff Mullins is right behind him. Lucas Hoytsma is right behind that. Adam Vinny has backslid a little bit. He's 6th. Just in front of Larry Moody, and then it's a little gap back to Brock Bigelow, and Bigelow is going to close that gap a little bit. Go back to the front because Ryan Hines making tracks. He just came out of the pits. Larry Moody has not been to pit road since lap number 4. In 7th place, and that's a pretty good statement right there. He's keeping the tires on that 73. Because somebody had the 81, and the other 81 driver was the 5th truck to log into the server, which took number 5 on the standings, but Wansing has it on the side of his truck. It's very complicated, and that's the best explanation that I have. This was a non-league hosted race where numbers were assigned to drivers. You just kind of could put whatever number you want on the side of your truck, and if you don't, then wherever you log into the server, it puts a number, whatever position you were in when you logged in, on the side of the truck. So it's a silly system. It's not a terrible system, and it allows guys to run whatever number they want, just that you can't have 2 number 5s in the same server. This battle for the lead is starting to get pretty intense because Hines trying to get around Wansing, and now Cliff Mullins has made his way into this 3-car battle. That's Kobe Stidham just off the right of the screen there. But Hines is just not quite able to get around Wansing right now, as we are going to start lap number 40 right here. Cliff Mullins will pull to the inside of the 25 of Hines. And he'll take over the 2nd spot. Stidham. Now Vinny is starting to make a little bit of a move. He got around Hoytsma. Puts himself back in the top 5. Bigelow 7th. Cody Smith, Larry Moody still in the top 10. He's 9th right now, and he may be moving to 10th here. And if that door stays open for too long, he'll be 11th because Reed Rundle's going to fill that slot pretty quick. There goes Gidman to the bottom. Whoa! Reed Rundle dropped onto the flat on the front stretch, and the truck got away from him. I'm not sure if he lifted because he didn't lose 1 foot of space, and he still was able to complete the pass and put himself 10th. Gaxel got around Moody, so did Scott King. Here comes Garrett Boyd as well. Harley Barletta. There's your 5 truck, Mark. And then Greg Smith, Michael Larch. 3 wide. Barletta way down low. Moody way up high. Greg Smith was in the middle. Man, they got that sorted out just in time. Exit of turn 2 narrows up pretty quick. Let's go back and look at the front because Cliff Mullins has not been able to get around Seth Wansing either. Ryan Hines had a shot, couldn't get it done. Mullins said, let me take a chance, see if I can do something with the 5 truck, and he has not been able to do anything with him either. We're about 6 laps away from, make it 7, from halfway here. These drivers are about 1.5 seconds in front of the 36 of Kobe Stidham. Stidham got about 1.6 seconds on Adam Vinny. Hoytsma just about 10 truck lengths back in the 6th spot. And then it's a little gap back to Cody Smith, who had an early spin. He was caution number 1. Early spin, no damage to the truck. Been to pit road a couple of times, and now up here running in 7th. Galen Gidman is 8th. Reed Rundle and Greg Smith, your top 10 right now. Chris Gaxel right behind Greg Smith, and so is Scott King right behind Gaxel. So top 12, all about 8 seconds from 1st to 12th. It's Coy Callis on the high side of Harley Barletta. He's going to take a spot away. Michael Larch, Ross Cato. Kiamba Moody starting to fade back. He's back to 18th now. He hasn't been to pit road in 43 laps. Thomas Brander trying to work back. Got to go with he got a speeding penalty or an unsafe pit entrance exit, because he was running in the top 5 or 6 and he fell back outside the top 15 and really has not been able to do anything. Oh, Lucas Hoytsma. Slow and on the bottom of the racetrack. I don't know. Maybe he didn't fuel? No, pitted on lap 4, and he may be getting close to running out. Adam Vinny is on pit road. He ducked out of the top 5. He's headed down pit road right now, so 53 to go. Long ways. Wansing, Hines, Mullins staying out. Kobe Stidham still out there. Cody Smith staying on track. There's Gidman up to the 6th spot. Greg Smith and Reed Rundle. Scott King headed for pit road. 18 truck waving to everybody with the rear end of that green True Speed machine as he comes to pit road as well. Jonathan Scott in behind him. And Hoytsma just now getting to his pit stall. Maybe he ran it out of fuel. I would think 42-ish, maybe 44 laps. Yeah, he had to have been close on fuel. That means Larry Moody's going to be real close on fuel pretty quick. And he's headed for pit road as we span the camera around and find him. So he pitted the same time as Hoytsma, lap number 4. Ryan Hines now reeling the leader back in, got around Cliff Mullins. A lot of drivers have been on and off pit road. There's Moody in his box. Jonathan Scott right in front of him. Scott really close to that wall. Might be having trouble getting the left side tires on that thing. Chris Gaxel now rolls into his pit stall. Wansing and company don't have to pit for a little while here. Oh, probably about lap 70 maybe. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Dean Gagliano on pit road and has been for a while. He's been on pit road for about 13 laps. But Seth Wansing out front has been able to hold off all challengers on this run. He is catching up to Larry Moody right now. Well, that's Gaxel. There's Moody. Moody just came out of the pits. He'll be on fresh tires. He should be able to drive away from Wansing. And as I say that, Wansing catches him off 2 down the backstretch, and he goes right by. So there you go, Mark and Kent. The two guys side by side, but only briefly. Ryan Hines is going to work his way around Moody as well. There's Cliff Mullins, Kobe Stidham. Jonathan Scott came out of pit road, and he's going to be right in the mix of these top 5 trucks. Needs to get his lap back. Actually needs to get about 3 back. Good looking truck. See that same truck on Wednesday nights over at Midwest Truck Series? It's got a 6 on the door. Greg Smith. Wansing and Hines almost nose to tail again up front. Dirty air. And Wansing's got all the clean air, and he's able to kind of go wherever he wants. 25 truck got a little close on entry there and washed out in the dirty air. Smoke off 4. Somebody either was trying to go to pit road or was trying to save the truck, one or the other, and I didn't see who it was. Might have been Adam Vinny. What happened to Adam Vinny? He is very slow on the apron coming around. Oh, right side of that truck absolutely annihilated. No idea. We are going back trying to find. Let's go back here and see. Vinny goes by Callis. Oh, and the truck stepped right out on him. Oh, my. So that's what happened to the 64. So we'll pick up the leaders with Lucas Hoitzma around the outside. Hoitzma's a couple of laps down. He's going to get one of those back right there. 25th in the running order. I think he ran his truck out of fuel. That's what I think happened. Larry Moody. There's Galen Gidman, 7th. Reed Rowe. That was the 27 of Brock Bigelow. 1 lap down, coming out from the pits. Oh, that was a close call. 73 truck. Struggling right now. And Bigelow was on pit road about 17 laps ago. Just a lap down, catching the leaders. There's Wansing. There's Hines. It's a quarter second. Mullins is another 2.5 seconds back in third. Then Stidham. And Stidham's starting to reel in the 44. And the 36 truck has been turning pretty good laps. He's cutting laps a little quicker than your leaders right now. About a 10th. And he is the fastest truck on the track at the moment. Greg Smith in the 5th spot. Gidman 6th. Cody Smith 7th. Reed Rundles 8th. Garrett Boyd is 9th. Ross Cato now 10th. Chavez, Cleek, Pearson, Brander all on pit road. Coming off right there is 2 trucks. Pearson and Brander. There's Chavez headed for his pit stall. Here comes Todd Cleek as well. Larry Moody rolling back onto the racetrack. Might have went in and got him some tires. Look who's in pit road. Galen Gidman, Reed Rundle, Todd Keir now. Could be final pit stops. Going to be real close. Gidman, tires going on. Spalding is on pit road as well. There's Kevin Spalding. Just rolled into his pit stall. Right side tires already going on. Cody Smith, Garrett Boyd, Ross Cato, Harley Barletta all on pit road now. Cody Smith missed his box, had to back up. Oh, so did Barletta. Live on air. Ouch. Oh, 25 trucker Ryan Hines. And he is going to be in trouble. He is going to have a big fat speeding penalty. And he is going to sit in his pit stall for 40 seconds. There comes Spalding back onto the racetrack. Now it's just Wansing and Mullins, the only two that haven't pitted yet. Boyd rolling back out. Will Wansing duck off this time and head for pit road? Yes, he will. On the binders, he slows it way down, and here comes Mullins as well. I think Cliff Mullins may be sitting on pit road for a hot minute. There's Brock Bigelow, and he may be able to take the lead back if he can get around before Wansing and company get back out and get on the throttle and back up to speed. I was watching to see Larry Moody look like he was just a tick loose right there. Scott King, little ways back. That's Dean Gagliano. Gagliano is about 14 laps down. Must have had damage on the truck, getting it back underway. So Bigelow to the lead. And Wansing is just rolling out. Where's Scotty King? He's going to go by and take over second. Wansing, Mullins. Here comes Michael Everett. Kobe Stidham. And Stidham will get close to Wansing, but I think Wansing will get the truck back up to speed. You probably don't, Mindy. How are you doing? Long time no see in the chat. And I think he has taken that thing to the garage, and they are not going to bring it back to the racetrack. So Bigelow out front. Then Scott King. Seth Wansing is third. He's got Kobe Stidham tight behind him. And they've got Galen Gidman back into the fray now. Gidman runs fifth, and he's all over that 36 truck. He's going to go to the high side. Gidman now up to the fourth spot. And he's only about 0.3 of a second behind Wansing. There's Scott King right in front of him. King on way older tires. He needs to pit so he can make it the rest of the way here pretty quickly. That's Gagliano off in the distance, multiple laps down. There's your leader, Brock Bigelow, 4.2 seconds now ahead of Wansing, Gidman, Stidham. I love the whole statement, and I'm doing just fine, ma'am. It is good to see you back in the chat. Make that a more frequent thing. Here comes Wansing. It's 2.8 seconds from Wansing to Bigelow. It's just a couple of tenths back to Galen Gidman. There's Kobe Stidham. Brock Bigelow ducked off. He headed for pit road out of the lead. He'll be able to make it the rest of the way from here, and he should have fresh tires. Now, he is probably going to go a lap down. I think both of these two drivers, Wansing and Gidman, can make it from where they are. It's going to be close, but yeah, should be able to get there. Lap 63 for Wansing, lap 60 for Gidman, lap 62 for Stidham. So the top three might be able to make it. Cliff Mullins definitely can make it. He was one of the guys that pitted on about lap 63, 64 there. Greg Smith in that same pit cycle. And then Scotty King is going to have to pit, I'm going to say, in the next 8 laps, 9 laps. Currently runs in 6. There goes a truck to pit road. Who was that? It was a white truck. Wasn't Gagliano. It was Peter Brees. That's who it was. So biggest mover right now, that truck right there. He started at 31st. He is up to 3rd. That's plus 28. That's your hard charger for sure. Wansing, Gidman, Stidham, Mullins, Greg Smith. Greg Smith, the first of the dual duty drivers. Runs both on Mondays and Wednesdays. Scott King, Reed Rundle, another. And Brandner Boyd is a double duty driver. There's 10th place Michael Larch. Ross Cato's right behind him. Harley Barletta in 12th, the next double duty driver. Here comes Brock Bigelow on those fresh tires looking like Superman. 20th in the first truck a lap down, so he is in some heavy side-by-side 3-deep action right there. Alongside Larch, that's Chris Gaxel. Larch will give way not to get into the 3 wide. He'll still clear Gaxel right there. Chris Gaxel, 27th. Almost 3 laps down. He's 2 for sure. And Bigelow is just picking him off. He's going to go around Cato. Cato is 10th in the running order and about 10 1/4 seconds from the lead. Go back to the front because Galen Gidman around the outside, taking the lead away from Seth Wansing. And the 94 truck goes to the point. The top 3 have opened up a little gap. It's about 3/4 of a second over this driver. Cliff Mullins in the 44. We're going to be down to 25 laps to go this time by. I watched the replay. I'm sure it didn't feel super fantastic, but I wish you would have hung around for a second so we could at least find out what happened, because it just looked like the truck stepped out on you, man. Gidman, Wansing, Stidham, Mullins, Smith, Rundle in 6th. The old man having a hell of a run tonight. He has steadily been getting good top 5 and 10 runs week after week in both series. Had a run there mid-season last season on Wednesday nights where he was the hottest guy in the series, and then disaster for like 3 weeks in a row. But he picked the momentum back up. He brought it over to the DSRL camp and has been running good in DSRL competition, especially on Monday nights, as Brock Bigelow, still with a little fresher tires, working his way by. He's right behind the 5th place truck. Smoke everywhere. I think Steven Pearson Nearly set the truck sideways getting onto pit road. The smoke was just lingering. Here comes Wansing again. And Gidman putting dirty air on him. There's a smoke. They're having a barbecue inside turn number 4 down there, I think is what's happening. And this racing up front between Gidman and Wansing, well, look at this. It has brought Stidham and Mullins, and we got a 4-truck battle with just under 22 laps to go. Yeah, it looked like you went to the outside. Maybe you caught a little bit of dirty air off of, I want to say it was the 2-truck. And, man, as soon as you cleared him, it looked like it just darted hard left and then darted hard right. Back for the lead, Wansing on the inside of Gidman. You watch us on Monday nights, I can tell you see the 64, the 5, the 94 consistently at the front, and this is the kind of racing these guys put on. The DSRL guys, they race hard, but they race each other pretty clean, and we get to see this kind of action at the end of a race every single Monday night. Cliff Mullins back up here with these guys. He caught the draft. He was able to pull back up, and now he's into that dirty air. And the 44 truck looks like it's stalling out. It not able to really go forward. He wants the same line that the guys in front of him want. Run to the outside. Wansing back around Gidman. Gidman off the pace a little on that. Puts Stidham to his outside. And that high line has a little bit of momentum through the centers of the corner. And at the line, it was Stidham's second. Can he hang on down here in 1 and 2 and get that run on exit and pull clean and clear? Yes, he can. A little sideways on the right rear corner of that 94 truck. And Gidman may lose a spot back to 4th here. In the course of 2 laps, he went from leading, and now he's battling just to hang on to 3rd. It looked like everybody was really fast out there, Adam. And the racing was pretty tight. The air is what made the difference. Gidman now slides back to 4th as Cliff Mullins scooches by. There's your look at the 5th place truck of Greg Smith. Wansing back to the point, 0.3 of a second on Kobe Stidham. We're coming around. It'll be 17 to go this time. We have put 83 laps in the books. Thomas Brander, Lucas Hoytsma on pit road again. Brander down off the jacks on the right side. There goes Hoytsma rolling out. And here comes Brander coming back out. Hoytsma into his box. Reed Arundel on pit road. Dropped out of the top 10. There goes Jonathan Scott rolling by him. Will the drivers out front have to stop again? I think they were right at the edge of the window. We'll see. Lap car. That was Larry Moody. Moody about 3 laps down, but it looks like he may make most of the laps tonight. Stidham goes by. Here comes Mullins. Gidman's right behind that. Look who's right behind Galen Gidman. That's so tiny to answer. Scott King. Scott King, 2 laps down in the 23rd spot. Off pit cycle with everybody. Now, if any of these guys have to pit, that 18 car, he's in a position to do something. Here's the guy that has a chance to win this if all the other guys have to pit in front of him. Brock Bigelow is 14th. He is 1 lap down. I am positive that the 27 truck can make it to the end. What I'm not positive of is whether the top 9 or 10 can make it at this point. It's going to be close. That is going to put a lot of guys back into the mix. This has been a great long green run. We had about 3 cautions pretty early within about the first 23 laps. And it has been, we have seen green flag pit stops, clean racing. Oopses from drivers, but, you're going to get that in big-time auto racing. Scott King on fresh skins, and he is feeling pretty heroic right now. He is going to come up here and try to pass the leader, get one of his laps back. And I think Kobe Stidham is looking for the opportunity to use the 18 truck to help pull himself back to and maybe around the 5. Now, Wansing will pull up and not go all the way to the wall. He wants to keep a little dirty air going across the nose of the 36. "12 laps to go. Can the top 7 or 8 make it? I'll tell you what, don't look now. Ross Cato, Mr. Consistency, just cracked himself into the top 5. Chris Gaxel on pit road right now from 24th. Garrett Boyd, Michael Larch, Cody Smith, Harley Barletta, Frank Chavez in the top 10 right now. Chavez steadily has been getting better on Wednesday nights. Long time Midwest Truck Series driver. I started covering them, I think, the end of season 1. And this is season 7 now. And we've seen steady improvement out of a lot of drivers over there. That field is getting pretty doggone competitive. There was Reed Arundel. I just saw him on the screen. He's 27th. He's about 4 laps down, and I have to think that probably has something to do with pits. We'll go back to the front. Where inside 10 to go. Wansing, Stidham, now Mullins 3rd, and Gidman 4th, but they have come back together within a couple 3 truck lengths. Cato still 10 seconds behind these 2 drivers right here. Well, your top 5 currently all represent Digital Sim Racing League. Garrett Boyd is the first dual action driver. He runs on both Mondays and Wednesdays. Got the DSRL stuff on the truck. I know he was going to represent the homeboys, but he still runs in both. We got to give him credit for it. Michael Larch, Cody Smith, Harley Barletta, and Frank Chavez. So 3 in a row, 8, 9, and 10 Wednesday night, guys. The rest either dual or DSRL. It's always fun. Bring groups together that don't normally race each other and see how they're going to do. That's Travis Downing, the 10 truck up on top. Downing is 23rd right now, about 3 laps down. 7 to go, and nothing has changed at the front. I will say that Lucas Hoytsma is in danger of being lapped. He's right here in front of the leaders. And we are not used to seeing this driver outside the top 5, let alone outside the top 20, and never in danger of getting lapped under green flag conditions. So I'm shocked. Todd Kleek is right in front of him, and Kleek is 13th in the last truck, officially on the lead lap. There goes Hoytsma. Oh, Galen Gidman ducked off. He headed for pit road. So I got to wonder if the guys up front are going to have to come. That'll shake everything up, and that actually will put Brock Bigelow in a position to maybe steal this thing. And he said his strategy was a little complicated. There's Kevin Spaulding headed for pit road as the leaders go by. It's going to be 5 to go, wave lap this time. Cliff Mullins still out. Ross Cato coming through 3 and 4. He might be the driver that can make it. For sure. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, he pitted around the same time as the rest of them. Then Garrett Boyd is 5th. He's working around Ryan Hines. Hines, we know, got a speeding penalty. Hines 15th. Lost a lap on the pit exchange because of that speeding penalty. That's Todd Cleek, 10th place. And he'll get out of the way of your 2 leaders. 4 to go. It'll be 3 this time. Can those 2 drivers make it 3 more laps? Stidham had a good run on entry, but Wansing was able to work down the hill, put dirty air on the nose of the 36, and keep him at bay. Coming to 3 to go. I think Stidham is just figuring out where the weak spot's going to be, and he's going to put himself in that position. He's got a couple of lap cars. I saw the 88 of Todd Keir right in front of these guys. And Lucas Hoytsma is right there as well. They're racing for 19th and 20th. Keir way down at the bottom of the speedway down the backstretch and into turn 3. That made Wansing have to go to the middle, and it also made Stidham have to go from the bottom of the middle. And Keir, I just took. That's an unsafe pit entry in the 88 truck. It's not going to bring a caution out because it is on pit road. We're going to the front because we're inside 2 to go. And the 46 of Hoytsma. Now alongside the 5 of Wansing. Wansing trying to lap him, and here comes Stidham. It'll be a white flag out of 4. Can they make it 1.5 more miles? He didn't have a great qualifying effort, tried to do it live on air, and it didn't work out for him. He started in the 10th position because of it. And he's got to get through 3 and 4 and back to the start-finish line, and he'll win on a Tuesday night in the truck. The DSRL versus MWTS Challenge event. Your winner after 100 laps at Kansas, the 5, Seth Wansing, Kobe Stidham 2nd, Cliff Mullins in 3rd, Garrett Boyd and Michael Larch 4th and 5th. Is Ryan Kamba going to come home 6th, a lap down? He most assuredly will. Then Brock Bigelow, Galen Gidman 8th, Thomas Brenner and Ryan Hines. Your top 10 tonight. But your top 5, well, DSRL, double duty, and DSRL tonight. Before I interview the drivers, want to get the owner of the Midwest Truck Series in here, and Michael Everett, 100 laps, heck of a race. Give me some thoughts before we start talking to our winners tonight.
I think it went pretty good. I mean, there was a lot of slipping and sliding out there, but I think it went pretty good. So, yeah.
Well, top 5, only one driver pulling double duty there, buddy.
You know who won?
Seth Wansing. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Kobe Stidham, Cliff Mullins, all DSRL guys. Garrett Boyd representing both leagues. I know he had the DSRL stuff on his truck tonight, but he's a dual guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
All right, man. Well, let me get these interviews done. You and I'll convene afterwards and see what's happening.
Catch you
Maybe
later.
we'll plan the next one.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, man. Michael Everett. And back in the parking lot he goes. All right, we're getting our drivers in here, guys. Give me a second. I got to find that guy. He keeps moving or something. Man, Kobe, sit still. Here we go. All right, let's start. Whoop. Well, we didn't do that good. Here, we did this good, though. Let's get ready to grab our 3rd place finisher here tonight. I know he is a DSRL representative. Cliff Mullins, a 3rd place finish here tonight in the League versus League Challenge. Tell me what you thought about the event and how was the racing out there? Because it looked like Dirty Air was a big deal.
Oh man, Dirty Air was crazy out there. Really, I don't run the trucks that much, so I need to get back into it honestly. But man, it was There was a lot of new faces out there. You know, I'm used to racing around a certain group of guys over here and not in a truck. So definitely was a little bit of a learning curve of learning how different people race over here. And yeah, just dirty air, man. The aero was so crazy there. I could kind of get underneath a lot of people and kind of stay in some clean air on the bottom. But every time like at one point, I know me and Garrett were trying to rip the top, and it would get so loose up there, and especially if you hit a seam, that it would just it would overheat the right rear, and then you're just swatting flies the rest of the run. But ultimately, it come down to basically a fuel run there at the end. And I was pedaling hard. I have no idea how in the heck Seth and Kobe were able to save enough to make it right there. I didn't think they could. I thought I was racing Gallon right there for the win, honestly, and kind of felt like he couldn't make it either. So. A great job of those guys saving fuel like that. I had to start pedaling it there at the end and really lifting on really early to be able to make it. I was sputtering coming down here to the line.
Well, you know, a lot of those guys that you were racing out there tonight race on the Monday night series, and we see you on Tuesdays. It'd be super cool to see you come in on Mondays and start figuring out how these guys race in the truck series.
Yeah, I need to get over there and run some. Haven't really had an opportunity. We had a truck series that was running on Mondays before that. And then I got into a late model series that's been running. I think that's fixing to end here pretty soon. So once that's over with, I think I could probably come over here and jump in some of these truck races.
Well, DSRL is the best place to race. Everyone knows that. So you can stop going to all those scrub places, my friend. I'll tell you what, awesome job. I am going to keep you in the channel as I interview the rest of the guys. But real quick, anybody want to shout out or thank you before do move on?
Yeah, got to thank you and all the guys for putting this thing on, man. It's been a lot of fun. Especially on a Tuesday nights and everything with that. So definitely you guys for all the work that you guys put in, all the admins. Got to thank Adam Crozier with AC Racing Graphics, putting on this Red Horse Racing paint scheme right here from my buddy Timothy Peters. Curly's Guns, Pinnacle Trailer Sales, Midnight Performance, all the guys at C2X, Low Drag Esports, my True Speed guys down here. Graves is off running RC cars, so he won't hear. And my wife Alicia, my kids Jaron, Emily, just everybody that helps me to do this thing, and hopefully we'll get some better finishes here coming up during the Xfinity, O'Reilly's cars.
All right, man. Well, hang tight. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna get ready to move on and talk to our second place finisher as soon as I fix a graphic. There we go. And now let's grab Kobe Stidham finishing second. A hard-fought second. Looked like he had a couple of runs on the 5 car. Just didn't get that clean air that he needed. But, Kobe, you started at the back, man. You're the hard charger. 29 positions improved. Fun race or just absolutely nerve-wracking out there tonight?
It was fun, but also, again, you kind of have to – a lot of new people in the league or in this, race tonight. So you kind of really didn't know who you're racing against. I mean, obviously, in the DSRL league, you kind of know who you're around you can race with and race hard with. But, just didn't really, plan out in my favor there. I was hoping that when we got to the lap cars, that the lap cars weren't going to play the get out of the way game. But so I could have used them as a pick. But all in all, it was a good race, and I didn't think I was gonna make it there on that last fuel stop, and I thought I was gonna have to come in and splash, but I figured I could just save fuel once the tire fall off got to where you had to lift a lot. So I made it by 0.2. So, and I think Seth had about a lap and a half or so. So not a terrible night. But yeah, it was a lot of fun out there.
Well, pretty good change in a lot of ways. Not the B car and not an open setup, but the DSRL guys showed that they're pretty stout.
Yeah, DSRL guys, they did a really good job tonight. I think I don't even know who finished third, but Seth obviously winning, and then me in second, and Lucas had a misunfortunate on pit road with another competitor, but I think he would have been right there as well. So, but yeah, it was all in all a good race, and obviously had a lot of fun. I definitely think this is something we should do again, just because it's fixed setup and all that kind of thing. So, had a lot of fun out here. Kansas, and yeah, it was a good truck race between me and Seth and everybody else.
An awesome job, man. I'll let you give any shout-outs that you want to, and I'm going to keep you and Cliff in the channel while we interview Seth, and then I'm going to talk to all three of you collectively at the very end.
Yeah, just CSI, True Speed Motorsports, Chevrolet, everybody that puts the league on, King Roadhouse, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, Fitz Automotive Series, Edmond Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, Digital Sim Sports and Network, Dirt Racing Network, Austin. Larry, sorry, excuse me. Mike, Scott, and Garrett, and everybody that makes the league happen. It's pretty fun to come out here on a weekly basis and come out here and run this.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. I'm going to grab Seth, and I'm going to bring him in here. I know he's got a lot of fans in the chat cheering him on. He hosed up his qualifying, trying to be live on the air, but he did not hose up a 100-lapper at Kansas. Seth Wansing, Victory Lane, league versus league.
What's up, buddy? How about that, huh?
How about parlaying a 10th place start into a win?
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. What a race. What a race.
I got to ask, with all the new faces from the other league and having to kind of learn driving styles and different things, seemed like everybody, after we got through about the first 23 laps, figured it all out. And it was just a lot of close, hard-nosed racing, and clean air was a huge deal.
Yeah, no. Clean air was a big deal. After 30 laps, everybody kind of settled down. I think everybody's learning the racecraft, exactly like you said, of everybody. And my truck was really, really good. Amazing, actually. When as soon as the first 5-10 laps went off green, I was able to navigate clean air and with a couple of, it's a fixed set, but you still have limited adjustments and things that you can do to it. And I made a few adjustments and really focused on traffic and practice, and that got me some track position. And then Galen and Vinny kind of drifted up and got into each other. I was just trying to be patient and save my tire while they were racing there, and then maybe build a big run through the diamonding the corner off. This is my home track, 30 minutes away from it. So I know it like the back of my hand. So I was just trying to set up a run and save tire at the same time, and I was hoping they'd stay. If they're going to stay side by side for another lap, I was going to run a line and try to get a run and go 3 and hopefully keep them side by side because they're hard to hold off. But they drifted up, got the lead, got the caution at the right time, and the race was on from there.
What an awesome job. You had to hold off tough customers behind you. You had Stidham, you had Mullins, you had Gidman back up to you, and you're able to put a lot of dirty air on a lot of people. And I got to ask, how much mirror driving was going on in that 5 truck?
Honestly, not a lot. I check it down the straightaway. When those cautions kept on coming out, me and my teammate Larry Moody were in the chat. He's like, "Should we pit now?" I'm like, "Not yet." I was waiting for that. I was hoping between 15 and 25. That was my window to try to one-stop this. And it came out at 23, and it was game on. And I put out tires, and as soon as I got tires and got to the lead, went back through the field. I think I restarted like 15th or 16th and went right through the field on the freshies, and got the lead and got a gap. And I was just checking it down the straightaway. I wasn't too concerned about mirror driving as much as I was running my line. If somebody, a couple guys went to the top of me, I was just making sure I was staying on the bottom, hitting my fuel number. I was clutching that entire time until about the last 2 or 3 laps. I was clutching it. And just I say too much. I got a lap and a half for a nice little burnout here, maybe less. These fuel numbers on iRacing are finicky, but from there it was all about managing the gap. And when I got the lead there, after that caution and the field was jumbled up, I was watching. I scrolled my relative down to just watch Galen, Vinny, Stidham, Mullins, the guys I was racing. The guys that were up front, and seeing that gap, seeing what kind of ground they were making up or not while I was saving, and kind of managed my pace from there. And then whenever I knew I could hit my number and had some left in the tank, I was trying to keep Stidham about 3 to 7 tenths back. And if he got any closer, it was time to go. And he did a couple times, and I stepped on it and had some tire left. I had fresher tires. Amazing fuel save. I know Stidham made it, and he pitted a couple laps before me, and I know I was close. So amazing fuel save by those guys, and especially Kobe. No surprise, he's so talented. And then, but I was thinking, there's no way Kobe can make it with as soon as soon as we got to about 10 to go, I was like, well, he's committed.
Invite.
So, started quitting clutching quite as early. I was trying to keep a green-white checker gap in there. So, but yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. Lots of great racers in here, and honor and a privilege to get the W.
Well, awesome job, man. Quick shout-outs, and then I'm going to ask all three of you a question before I let you go.
All the sponsors. I know we have 2 different leagues. All the sponsors that make this happen, all the admins, everybody that made this happen. This was a great event. Shout out to Kobe for racing me clean. He could have sent it in on the top a couple times and really put us in a bad spot on tires. Shout out to the lappers for giving me the lane when I asked on the radio. I know Kobe was like, oh, man. But just shout out to everybody that make this happen. Shout out to Mark Watson and Kent Donahoe in the shop. Might come have a beer with you fellas here in just a minute, or a cocktail. You never know. And shout out to Midwest Barbecue, Rockin' K Logistics, Fritz Automotive Services, you for broadcasting, and everybody at Dirt Racing Network, Digital Sports Racing League, and then Hooray Grills, Larry Moody for and you for a badass sim rig and badass setups, and we'll carry on throughout the year.
All
Shout out
right.
to everybody at home too.
All right, so the top 10, 7 DSRL drivers, the top 3 in the room. Who's the best of the best?
We're all good. That's my answer. Every single one of us is good. There were so many strategies going on. I think we had about 4 or 5 different strategies going on from my count. I was trying to keep up. It's kind of hard to scroll through the relative and watch. But everybody's good, man. But DSRL got the win tonight. But, we could go somewhere else, and someone could get the W there.
All right, well, gentlemen, go ahead.
My whole thing is, I beat Garrett Boyd and I beat Lucas Hoytsma. I did my job. That's all I wanted to do.
I love the individual call-outs right now. That is awesome. We're not worried about league versus league and driver versus driver right now. That's awesome. Kobe, input?
I think everybody's good in their own, little areas. I think, it's all so close that it's hard to, make a mistake, and it's hard to save fuel because everybody else is doing the exact same thing. So, yeah, just really glad to beat the 46. I know he had a miss, unfortunate, but that guy is good.
I got a feeling I'm in the presence of true speed, boys, is what I got a feeling.
You might be.
There you go.
You might be.
Well, awesome
One
job.
of them who finished third and it's his teammate.
Awesome.
I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
Awesome job, guys. And the answers, I couldn't ask you guys for anything better. I love that everybody kind of wins. I think the fans won the most tonight. I think they got the best part of this whole deal because they got to see an awesome race between 2 leagues. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. Congrats, Mr. Wansing. I'll get with you later about some hardware. But, guys, next Monday night, we're right back at it again. Don't forget to come truck racing, and B-Cars will be back on Tuesday. So congrats, and catch you guys after a bit.
Thanks, Roger.
Yep. Thank you, Roger.
Cliff Mullins, Kobe, Stidham, Seth Wansing. Your top 3. Yes, I am proud of my DSRL drivers, but I'm proud of the Midwest Truck Series guys as much because, we had a room of 32 guys, and it was about an even split. Looking down through all of these drivers, it was about an even split, about either dual or one or the other, and awesome racing. Everybody. I know they all tried hard. I know the Midwest guys on the fixed setup, they always have a little bit of an advantage because they are used to being kind of in the box, whereas the DSRL guys normally would be able to change the shape of the box. So to see those guys step up and do what they did was awesome. To see everybody come in and participate, man, I hope they had a great time because I know I had a great time bringing it to you, and I know Michael had a fun time kind of get into it, I think he was a little bit nervous about how this was going to go, but it turned out to be an awesome race. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We're going to try to do it again. No, at least twice a year, I think we'll try to do this. We'll try to do one maybe in January and one in July every year. See if we can't keep all these series together. If there's some other series that want to come and join the fray, well, we're always ready to rumble. Bring it on. Let's see what we can do. I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there is absolutely no reason for us to do this without the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing. And both leagues came together to give us a fantastic race tonight. Kudos, high fives, pats on the back to everybody involved in that, both sides of the coin. Tomorrow night, Midwest Truck Series back at it. Round number 2 for them. So make sure that you tune in for that and say hi. Get to see those guys all by themselves in there. And there'll be about 30 of those guys on a Wednesday night. So come and join them. Till we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down at all times. And come back and see us as soon as you can.